Thank you so much for joining us today for our Certified Educator Community webinar, Tools for Distance Learning Success. We're so excited to have Jeffrey Fuller as our presenter today, and I'm going to go ahead and give him a little bit of an introduction. Jeffrey received his bachelor's degree from Troy University in English Language Arts and his teaching certificate from Le Tourneau University. He has been teaching in Killeen ISD for 15 years. 2 years in ELA, 6 years as an academic coach in an online learning environment, 2 years in engineering, and 5 years in architectural design. We're so happy to have him with us, and I'll go ahead and pass it over to you, Jeffrey.
All right, well, thank you very much. I guess I'll get started here with the next slide. And let's see, here we go. There's, of course, my bio again, and you'll get a copy of this slide presentation afterwards, and you can read over that. But a couple of things I have as far as advice for learning online. I do a lot of video. I record myself speaking on video, and I try to keep all of my video between 5 and 10 minutes. And actually lately it's been pushing 10, going into about a little over 10 sometimes. But you know, especially with the amount of content that we currently have going online. You know, we have all of our students, almost all of our students are actually learning online rather than live. So some of my videos have been pushing up there a little bit, but I do everything I can to, you know, break them up into segments and give the students something to do between some of those video segments. And another one is to be readily available to communicate with your students. I often use email. And then also our Schoology learning management system has a messaging app in there that we use. And sometimes even Teams. I've been trying to introduce Teams to my students, but you really don't want to put too much technology out there for them to use. Then things start getting kind of confusing. So they haven't really taken a bite of Teams yet. So we're mostly using Schoology and email to message back and forth with. Study and practice speaking and presentation skills, which is something I'm still working on. That just really helps, you know, help the student hang on to your, you know, when you're making these videos and presentations and stuff, they can kind of, you know, hang in there a little bit longer. If, you know, if you're using a little bit of animation, using your hands and your facial expressions and things like that, it gives them a sense that they're actually there with someone. When it comes to video conferencing, if you're going to do a live video conference, again, stage presence, which is pretty much the same thing as speaking and presentation skills, but be present on the screen and have complete control of the interaction, such as you having control over who's able to speak, and what have you, not allowing the students to have that control, and also turning off any chat features so that students aren't having side chats in the background that you're not privy to. So that's how we do ours, like our Zoom or our Teams. We turn off any chat features when we do a presentation, and if it's live presentation. Some of the tools that I use is one is Schoology, and that is our learning management system. I'm going to go over some of that. Then there is Screencastomatic. That is a app that I use to record videos. Now it'll record just plain video of you speaking, or it will also record your screen with a small PIP, picture-in-picture, somewhere in the corner. You get to decide where you put that PIP of yourself. And then I use NearPod also for you know, if I'm doing a presentation and I want some student interaction in the process of the presentation, that I can create a slideshow, and then about 2 or 3 slides into it, I can have 1 or 2 questions, I can have a game or something like that. And then of course there's PlayPap, which is an app that will take your video, either the video that you've made or video that you've linked to from YouTube or wherever, and it will allow you to insert questions along the way or activities along the way as the video progresses. So I guess I will start with showing you what Schoology is like. And let's see, I'm going to have to stop the share for just a moment and pull that up. And I'm going online to show you that. Let's see. Okay, Schoology. All right, probably don't see it, so let me figure out how to get you to see it. Okay, can everybody see Schoology?
Yep, looks great.
Okay, all right, well, Schoology basically is a course management system or a learning management system. And of course, these are all of my classes right here. And I'll just use this one as an example. And this allows you many different ways of actually organizing all of your information to make it easy to get to make it more or less like a consistent hierarchy that students are able to navigate. And just as an example of that, I have the my first 9 weeks grading period. I have all the weeks inside of that. And then if I drop down, I've got the actual days. And then of course, once I click on the days, you can actually see the assignments. Okay. And then from here, they can click on the assignments and either take a quiz, write a paper, look at a PowerPoint presentation. And because we also have Microsoft 360, if I need a student to create a PowerPoint presentation or use a Word document, have access to that software in the cloud. So they can actually create presentations and turn them in and what have you. And now over here on the left column, these are all of the apps that we have access to. This is all controlled by our district. So we have, you know, of course, some of the usual ones. You know, we got our own grade book in here. And I probably shouldn't show that, but but you know, grade book set up and everything. A members page where you can look up the members in your class and send them messages and things like that. We're also connected with, there's actually a new, I haven't used this one yet, but conferences, new video conferences in Schoology. But there's Discovery Education, Edpuzzle, eSchool Plus, all kinds of apps. And the ones I use mostly are going to be like Teams or OneNote. There's NearPod right there. So that really gives us an edge with managing our content for our students. It's all in one place. They don't have to surf all over the web looking for things. You know, they can all come right here and pretty much connect to anything. The second one that I want to show you, and my notes are hidden. If I can find notes here, I'm going to stop the screen share for just a second. And let's see, I'm going to go into Screencastomatic. Let me do another screen share. Okay, does everybody see Screencastomatic?
Yep.
Okay, this is the user interface, and it's real simple to use. This is a program that you can download from the company that makes it. It's like $15 a year for a very basic account, and like $45 a year for an advanced account where you can have more storage space, and you can also host and things like that from their servers. But it has real simple controls. I mean, just click the record button. When you click that, it pops up another little thing, which is, it's not on the screen where you can see it right now. It's kind of left that area. So I'm going to cancel that. It kind of goes over into another screen, but it's real easy to use. It's just pushing a record button, and then you start speaking and start, you know, recording the screen, or you can just record just yourself talking. You don't have to record the screen. It will record just yourself. And I've got plenty of examples here on the screen to show you. This is me recording, let's see, going to edit. This is where I recorded a lesson on doing foundation details. And this is my screen that it recorded here. Can you see my cursor? Does it show up on there? I mean, if not, just,
yes, you can see the
it
cursor.
does. Okay. Okay. So it, you know, this is my screen that recorded, so I can show students how to use the software, where to click buttons, and how to manipulate certain things. And then there's a little webcam right here. This was the webcam off my computer, which I can put anywhere I want to. I can even enlarge it if I need to, and do other sorts of editing features with that. Now, of course, from here, after I finish the video, I just upload it to, and I use Screencastomatic to upload mine too. I used to use YouTube, but I got away from that. Some people would leave nasty messages on the videos and stuff. So Screencastomatic is not open to everybody. So then you won't get stuff like that. So this year I've been using Screencastomatic, uploading everything to there and hosting it from there. So that is Screencastomatic. Next is, I guess since we're on the topic of video, I'm going to go online again to PlayPosit. And PlayPosit works in the cloud. There's not an app or anything that you have to download. Okay, and we'll log in, and I'm going to share my screen here as soon as I get logged in. Okay, let's see, I think it is sharing. I'm not sure. There we go. Okay, so this is PlayPosit, and this is where you can upload your videos, and you do that by creating a new bulb. So you click on create a new bulb, and of course they always give you these little hints and stuff, but the interface looks kind of like this. So you either upload your video, or you can input a URL for a video, or you can just use a video that you've already uploaded in the past and use this one, or you can even just use audio. But they've got other things here that you can connect to as well. But what's good about this is you can see, I'm just going to pick a video. Okay, so as you're going, okay, let's see, captions, customize. Okay, this isn't the screen I was hoping to come to. I was hoping to come to a screen where I could sort of, you can see how you add questions, but that video's already had questions added to it. Actually, here it is, add an interaction. So as I play the video, I can play it a certain extent, you know, 10, 15 minutes of video, add an interaction, and then these are the different actions or the different activities that you can add, such as multiple choice, fill in the blank. You can put some web information in there, another website or something like that. All sorts of different types of response. Here's a free response. Okay, so it has everything that you can add into your video as that video progresses. And then students have to watch because they have to be ready for that response section to come up, and they have to type in their response. All right, and so that is pretty much all there is to PlayPosit. It's very easy to use. Yes.
Before you move on from this, I just wanted to check and see if there's any type of reporting feature within PlayPosit so that they can see the answers to the interactions.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I almost forgot about that one. Okay, oops, let me turn that off. Okay, I hit the play button on that video. Okay, so as far as information, there's a data export. If you click on data export, it will give you a report on how the students did on the questions. And it looks like this. You have to kind of edit it a little bit or adjust the columns to spread them out so you can see who's who and whatever. It gives you all the columns for possible points, and even gives you a view count column, so you'll know how many times that it was viewed. And let's see, I'm not sure. Let's see, this one I think is all of my videos right there, but it does break down further than that. Okay, I don't want to save that. Okay, but that's how you can get different reports on how your classes did. It also has a place where you can add classes. Okay, and you can add the different classes, and this will also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, here it is, gradebook, and this will give you other more information on how the students did individually on the video and the questions. All right, and the next one is, next one is NearPod. Okay, that's also a cloud-based thing that, let's see, NearPod. Or did I do NearPod? I didn't do NearPod already, did I?
No, this is the last one.
Okay, so with NearPod, and I can sign in somewhere over here. And are y'all seeing NearPod right now?
Yes, we can see it. It's loading right now.
Yeah, it's loading. Okay. And for some reason it didn't fully load. Let me try it again. And we have been having intermittent network issues today, so hopefully it's not going to affect this. No, it's not letting me log in that way. Yeah, that one's just for the students, I believe. And try it again here. We may be going into another period of network issues.
Jeffrey, since it looks like it's not working, do you want to just talk through a little bit about what it is?
Okay, I sure will. And what it is basically, it's just like making a PowerPoint presentation. You can actually upload your PowerPoint slides into this one and make the slide presentation out of your PowerPoint slides. However, you have to be cautious when you do that because sometimes it doesn't interpret all the graphics just right. I typically use it just creating the slides right within NearPod. But as you go through, NearPod creating your slides, it gives you a very easy to use interface where you just click a button to add a slide, and then you put whatever information that you want to put on that slide. And also what you can put on slides, let's say you have a presentation that's about 20 slides long. After about 3 or 4 slides, you can actually put an interactive slide in the mix and allow students to interact by answering a question, even playing a game. There's a couple of cool games they have in there that uses, the questions that you add, and then the students all have to, they see the question, they have so much time to enter the answer. And then of course it gauges them not just on if they got the question right or wrong, but also how quickly they answered the question. And then it kind of puts them in a competitive situation with that. And it certainly isn't working. But hopefully that was enough. I mean, the controls and everything, you can actually do live presentations, or you can do like a recorded presentation. You can also do student self-paced presentations. They've got a new method in here of doing a Zoom with a Zoom presentation. I have not tried that one yet. Kind of leery of it, to be honest with you, especially anything that's in beta. It's kind of scary to be using with your students. But it has a lot of different features that you can use.
So Jeffrey, there's a question coming through on the chat, whether you have a NearPod project that you can show.
If I could get into NearPod, I certainly could. That's where they're all at. They all store inside of NearPod. And it's all cloud-based, and like the situation I'm in right now, because normally we log in with our Office 365 account, and the situation I'm in right now is I can't even get in there, so I can't even access any of my NearPods. Gee, let me see. Yeah, it's just not
That's okay.
Not going to work for
really
us.
Fine. Just so that we can recap for those who might have joined a little bit late or those who have maybe questions about this, can you tell us which of the tools you used that cost money or which of them are free?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now NearPod, our district pays for that, but they do have a kind of cheaper one. I think, I don't remember what it is because it's been several years since I've paid for it, but it was something like $29 a year or something like that. But our district pays for this one. Screencastomatic, again, that one has a $15 per year or a $45 per year ability or whatever, or account type. Schoology does, now of course I was using Schoology before the district used Schoology, and I used the free version, and it provided plenty of access to the features just on the free version. I do not know what the free version is like now. You'd have to go in and kind of check that out. And but they do. Schoology does have a paid version, and of course our district has like a enterprise account with Schoology. Let me think. PlayPosit, to my knowledge, I think PlayPosit might be absolutely free. I'm not sure. I can't remember if our district pays for that one. I know that I use it, but I don't remember if that's through the district that I use it or through my own personal account.
Perfect. That was super helpful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are attending, maybe we have some questions. Did you have anything else, Jeffrey, that you wanted to recap before we jump to the Q&A?
No, we can go ahead and jump to the Q&A if you like.
Wonderful. Any questions, you can either unmute yourself or send them through on the chat. Okay, so far no questions. So like Jeffrey said, we're going to be sending out, and I'll send this through in our certified educator community on LinkedIn, the slides so that you can have links to all of these tools that Jeffrey has mentioned. If you have any questions after the webinar has wrapped up, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. My email is hannah.davis@pearson.com, or we can connect in the educator community on LinkedIn as well. So thank you so much for joining us. Sorry everyone about the technical difficulties that we had today, but we're so happy that you were able to join us. If you have any questions afterward and would like to connect to me or to Jeffrey directly, you're more than welcome to do that. Thank you, everyone.